Whom gods destroy. This is season 3 of Star Trek, the original series. We're going to talk about this episode using my space system. Story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2's the best you can get. I'm comparing Star Trek to Star Trek. I'm not comparing Star Trek to other shows. Star Trek's my second favorite TV show of all time. Love it. Love them all. I'm trying to be critical on these reviews here. I kind of like this one. I'm going to give the storyline a 1, though, because there isn't much. Again, season 3's the every episode's getting like 1, because it's like, yeah, it's a neat story, it's a cool idea, and then that's it. There hasn't been anything that's blown my mind in season 3, really. Season 2 has had some absolutely crazy, awesome stuff. But season 3, it's kind of, good idea, But story here, it's simple. So they go to this like penal colony or whatever, and there's like a crazy guy there. His name is Garth. So Captain Garth, he was a former Starfleet captain, required reading, all this stuff. He's gone crazy. There's a lot of these former captains going crazy. What the heck? Come on, Starfleet. You got to fix up your practices here. Is there no psych evals? Like, what's going on here? So they land there, and oh my God, he's a shapeshifter who can change his clothes too. Wow, this guy's awesome. Not only can he change his face, he can literally change his clothes like that. So that's kind of lazy and a bit stupid. But I kind of like it. He's taken over the prison. The inmates are running the asylum. And he wants the Enterprise. But he can't get it, because this time around, when Kirk beamed down, there was a code that he gave to Scotty. He says, don't beam me up unless I give you this code. He's never done that before. I feel like that's very contrived, but I'm going to give an excuse for it, because this is how nerds work. When we like something and we find that things don't make sense, we make it make sense in our own minds, and whether or not that was the intent doesn't matter. The intent was probably that, like, we need this to be part of the plot, so he does it this time when he never does it any other time. But maybe because they were visiting a penal colony, there's certain protocols that are in place that are actually more strict. So if you beam down, before you beam back up, you have to give a code word to make sure everything's okay. So it could be, that's what my nerdy mind made up to the reason as to why there's all of a sudden a code to be, is like, Scotty, beam me up. Okay, and then he just beams him up. Like, why is that? Okay, give me the code. Huh? What? When did that happen? So it's just there to prevent the shapeshifter guy from going up. But I still kind of liked it. I'll give the pacing a 1. I'm not bored. I think it's good pacing. It's good. Everything kind of flows. Maybe I'll give it a 1.5. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 1.5 for pacing, actually. I'll give it a 1.5. I like the pacing. I wasn't bored. I guess, there is urgency, because this guy's taken over and he's kind of gone mad, and you want to see what he's doing. It's not perfectly played. Like, it's not edge of your seat action, but I wasn't bored, so I'm going to give it a 1.5. Artistry, I'll give it a 1. It looks good. It's fine. It's got a set, at least, not like that last Empath one. So there's a set, Sure, it looks okay. It's a 1. Characters, I'm gonna give the characters a 2. Man, I liked everybody in this episode. First of all, obviously the leads, like Kirk, Spock, are awesome. But I liked Garth. I thought this guy was super cool. He looks like an action figure. Is there an action figure of Garth? There has to be. I feel like there has to be an action figure of him. I like him. I think he's awesome. Yvonne Craig, who's Batgirl, she's in this as one of the Orion slave girls in the green skin or whatever. And everything she touches turns green. No, she's cool because she's completely mad. I don't know. Everyone's just crazy. I even like the Doctor, who was just like, he's like, oh, Jim, I'm trapped in this thing. And it's like, he's not really me. I liked him. But I really liked Garth a lot. I thought he was wicked. And I love that he's just like super insane and doesn't care. But he's also smart. I thought he was wicked. He's like the Joker of Star Trek. So I really liked him a lot. Enjoyment factor, I'm going to give it a 1.5. I kind of like this episode. Again, this is one of these ones. So I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. If you don't like it, I'm not going to argue against you. And if you love it, I'm not going to argue that either. So if you think it's a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10, cool. If you think it's a 0 because it's stupid, I can't argue. A lot of season 3 has these ones where It's almost just your personal feeling. Like there's some, season 2 has very many objectively awesome episodes. You're just like, oh yeah, that was great. Like if you like science fiction, you should like this episode. For season 3, a lot of them are like, well, it's almost like your personal preference. Like, yeah, I thought that was kind of cool or whatever. For me, as long as Kirk, Spock, McCoy isn't there, but like, let's say like if Kirk and Spock are good in this one, that's almost enough. And Spock has a lot of funny lines in this one where he talks back and he's like, it's like, how are you going to accomplish this? It's like, and then he's just getting the guy angry. I don't even think Spock realizes that he's getting the guy angry. He's just being very logical about everything, which is so funny. I think it's great. There's another great line I wanted to mention in that Alexander or that Plato's stepchildren one, where she's like, "How old do you think I am?" And Spock's like, "I don't know, 35." She's like, "I'm 30." That was funny. Spock's good. I like his burns. They should do. Someone's got to compile the Spock burns. That'd be a great. I'm sure someone's done that. All the Spock insults. So 7 out of 10. I like this one. Okay, it wasn't the best, but it was okay. So let me know in the comments what you thought of this one. And if you like my spacism, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out Clobberin Times, who's my friend who does a lot of streams with me. Him and his crew do a show every Saturday night. It's called Saturday Night Star Trek, so you don't forget when it's on. It's 4 episodes of classic Star Trek that they talk about, scrutinize, tear apart, put back together, all that great stuff. So there you go, everybody. Thank you for watching. Until next time.